Good evening, Owl family. Hoot hoot. How is everyone doing? Good evening, Sister Tammy. Welcome into chat. Good evening, Dark Lord Monet. Welcome into chat. I'm gonna finally get it right. Good evening, Deanne. Welcome into chat. How are you doing? Hoot hoot. Amber, my heart goes out to you. Nobody should have to live and put up with that crap. And I pray that a door opens where you can find another place where you can do what you want to and have peace. That's just horrible. Good evening, Gear. Yeah, I'm sorry. The biscuits and gravy are gone. They were done with yesterday. Good evening, Angel. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. Lisa's gone wild making beautyberry juice. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. Good evening, Nicole. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. Good evening, Dreams Lamb. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. Good evening, Mark. How are you doing? Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. Man, y'all been busy. I love to see that. I love to see y'all talking amongst one another. It's absolutely wonderful to see. So you going fishing, making all those flies, or are you going to sell them? I haven't tried my hand at fly fishing. Yep. I started something. Many potentials, many. Uh, Extremely medicinal, very medicinal. OWLS, I love it. I'm doing good, Forest Girl. Thank you. Oh, good evening, Mercury 3. Hoot hoot. Welcome into chat. I'll post some more on the Syncopole. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I am tired and my brain is not wanting to kick in, so bear with me. Oh, that's good to hear, Janie. I'm happy. How's the knee doing? Now, don't do so much that you mess that knee up worse than it already is, honey. So the bone's already fused back. Yeah, I was going to say, y'all just have to bear with me. Sometimes that file cabinet up here gets locked and doesn't want to open up when it's supposed to. Ooh, catfishing. I haven't got to go fishing in a while. Good evening, Virginia. Hoot hoot. Welcome into chat. That's an awful lot of work. Okay, ask away, Virginia. I just can't guarantee that I can answer every one, but I will get back to you with it. No, I'm just me. I'm just Mama Owl. I'm the same as everybody else. All I have done is a lot of studying all my life. Thank you, Mercury. I appreciate that. I haven't here lately, last few days, I haven't been to the post office yet. But I haven't, like I said, I haven't been to the post office. Today was kind of an off day. Good evening, morning watch. Hoot hoot. Welcome into chat. I do a lot of research, especially with herbalists. I do not go by medical websites, and I see what I go by the numbers, and I go by actual research papers too, and that's how I judge my dosage amount. Solomon seal root is an amazing root everybody should have growing in their yard. But you have to remember, all right, one, it likes a shady, kind of moist, but not soggy area. And it takes 2 years before you can harvest the roots from them. What's it for? Anything to do with muscular skeletal, um, torn ligaments, sprained ligaments, sprained muscles. Let me tell you, tendonitis, it does very good for tendonitis. Um, let's see, inflammation, uh, bruising, soreness, menstrual cramps, really bad ones. You just rub wherever it hurts, and you can also make a tincture with it as well. I just don't have the alcohol to make the tinctures. Tammy, in your case, honey, yes, you deserve it. You deserve it. A boob. Good evening, Passamaquoddy. Welcome into chat. Oh, and good evening, A. Perry. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. Oh, C.O. Pete. Welcome into chat. How are you doing? Oh, no, Janie. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, more power to you, A. Perry. I just cannot stand hops. I cannot stand the taste of it, the smell of it. That's why I don't like beer either. Good evening, Will It Grow? How are you doing? But the hops is extremely good for you, good for your kidneys, cleansing your kidneys, UTIs, and so on. But I have tried, y'all. I have tried. The best thing I have found, believe it or not, thyme. Thyme, mother of thyme, any thyme, make a tincture out of it or a tea, and let it cool down, and clean, clean paper towel. Don't use the same rag over and over, and be careful because that's contagious and it can spread to other people. But yeah, ha 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 ha. But yeah, hops has many medicinal benefits. I just can't stand it. I can't help it. Oh, you're welcome, Janie. I've been praying for you. I just haven't. I've got to sit down. There's a lot of stuff I've got to do. I've got some more merch I'm going to design. I got merch to design. I got a lot of stuff to design. Oh, CO Bounty, welcome into chat, darling. How are you doing? More for you, Bounty. Drink one for me. Okay, yeah, I already explained what I do about dosage amounts. I read and study different actual herbalists, not ones that are bought and paid. You have to be careful. A lot of herbalists are in the pocket of Harma. I don't use anything medical research. I do other actually research on plants and their benefits, and also I go see what they've done. If there's animals involved, I don't do that. Um, Animal research is cruel and horrible. Um, there's too many humans that'd be more than happy out there. But and I read and I'll take a tally of each person's what they recommend as a dosage, and I'll see which one, and then I try it on myself. Virtual hugs to you too, Janie. Thank you, darling. Blue vervain is rough, but until you take prickly ash or what's that other horrible one, valerian. Yeah, Usnea can be rough too, but not like prickly ash or valerian. And there's another one. Oh my God. Oh, that's okay, Virginia. No problem. Oh, that's good to hear, Bounty. I want you to have fun now. You cut loose now. Don't get in too much trouble now. 'Cause I can't make it to Canada to free you. I might have to find a way. Good evening, KP Heathen. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. Yep. Prickly ash is medicinal too. Very medicinal. But valerian, yep. The easiest way to explain valerian, especially powdered valerian, is wet, musty, week old gym socks. Yeah. But it works wonders. It does work wonders. Garlic and onions to plant. Um, so true. SOW True Seeds should have them if they're not out of stock. Um, what's that big place? But I've been hearing a lot of complaints about them here recently about their plant quality. Dixondale. I've heard some complaints about them last few years. Good evening, Sandra. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. I'm doing good. Junior's doing pretty good too. It's a Bubba. It's a Bubba mug. Leave it up to Southern Lady Bubba mug. I looked up and got it at a while back at Goodwill. I think I paid $2 and something. There was two of them. Mercury, that's bad. Yep, I understand, Dark Lord. I know how that goes. Ha ha, dear. Nope, it was just enough to feed me. I had what y'all saw, and Junior and Aussie finished the rest off. One day we'll all have a gathering, and I promise I will cook for y'all. Ha ha, celebrating. Yeah, your so-called illustrious leader up there in Canada, Bounty. And you see that about him and what's his name celebrating a Nazi um yeah, Nazi a war hero as they're calling him. I was like, hey, go figure. Yeah, that's why I try not to buy any of them that have the paint or whatever's on anything because it never lasts. And that's another reason why you won't see anything like that in my merch because I don't want people. Now, you'll see regular coffee cups, but I don't want people buying something that it's going to just peel off. Oh, are you afraid of being hungry, Robert? We might not want to get too close to the fire with the tinctures, Mark. Welcome in, Spirit and Truth. Welcome in, and I know this is your first time in chat. All right, let me try to answer you. Okay. Now I know from what you said that alcohol is different in Canada. Now you can leave it alone if you want to. Now, when you say 90%, 95% alcohol, is that 95? The whole, it's 95%, actual 95% alcohol, or is it 42 and a half water and 42 and a half alcohol? Which one is it? Thank you, Gear. Thank you, Gear. All right. Now, if, now, this is where you have to be careful. Let it go on and tincture up. Let it go on and go the 8 weeks. If you have a hydrometer, that's the little tool that you use to tell what proof alcohol is. I'm not talking down to you, I'm trying to explain it for everybody else as well. If you have the hydrometer, you can be very careful and use purified water, good water, not tap water, not well water. Make sure it's been purified or distilled. You can dilute it down to between 45 and 50 proof. You can leave it as it is, but I wouldn't advise big doses, taking big doses of it. You can take the regular small doses of it. Just just be leery of it. Oh, I missed something. Ha! I get 'em, Amber. You can, Sandra. I just prefer using fresh plant material because that's when it has the most life in it. And that's why I try to get people to use the fresh. Now, when using roots and like Usnea, it's okay to use dry material, but if you can use fresh, that's the best. I usually save the dried goldenrod to make tea with, and sometimes when I run out of harvesting fresh, I use the dried to make the oil, the infused oil as well. Yes, you can, but don't go wild with it, Virginia. You can. What I try to do, if I do mix tinctures or mix taking them, I try to take only the ones that are focused on the same thing so there's not all kinds of confusion going on. You missed it. It was Saturday, Dark Lord Minute. I posted all about it. I didn't understand what you were asking, Dreams Lamb. Dreama Lamb. I'm sorry. Get him, Amber. Get him. Good evening, C. Ferguson. Welcome in the chat. Hoot, hoot. I don't sell it online, but I do if you email me because, well, what I do is fairly illegal thanks to the FDA. So if you send me an email, just give me time. Things have been crazy. I do sell through that way. Good evening, Deanna. Welcome in. Deanna. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. Yes, I do have Usnea and I do have cleavers for sale. Yes, I do. Okay, the goldenrod oil, mainly what I use it for is to make the salve because it's easier to transport salve than big jugs of oil. You can use the oil instead of making the salve. Um, use in very moderation. You can rub it because a lot of people don't know goldenrod is the replacement for arnica. Arnica, unless you grow it yourself, is extremely expensive. Goldenrod oil is good for inflammations, wounds, tendonitis, muscle aches, so many things. Yep, but you gotta be careful about that mugwort. It can also cause people to have nightmares too. So it can go either way. It does help with the sleeping, but it can induce nightmares if not careful. Yes, I do sell my salves. I was going to have a website until the FDA pulled what they done. And well, I'm not going to pay them $1,500 for every batch I make for them to test it and tell me if it's okay or not. I have full faith in what I make. I know it works. My email is all one word, all lowercase. oldwaysgardeningandprepping@gmail.com. I tried to make it as simplified as possible. But believe me, I would love to be able to sell it on Kofi or Coffee, whichever way you want to pronounce that. But yeah, I'm not giving the government anything. That's okay, Pete. Thank you for coming in. I know you're busy. You take care and you stay safe and sound this week, and we look forward to seeing you next Monday. Who knows, you might get to pop back in later. God bless you, and you take care. Oh, thank you, Deanna. Y'all gonna see a lot of cooking. A lot of cooking. Tomorrow's the last actual cooking video for a little while. I'm going into preserving. There's I've got 40 pounds of cabbage to put up. Some as sauerkraut. I'm gonna be doing two different kinds of sauerkraut. Um, I'm gonna be doing cabbage rolls. Uh, I just made two different batches of Japanese pickled garlic. No, pickled ginger. Every time I try to say ginger, garlic pops up. I've got to make some pickled garlic. And then I've got, it's either 40 or 50 pounds of lemons to preserve as well. Good evening, Monica. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. No, I'm not about to comply. I'm feral. I do not do what my government tells me to. And of course, now if the live stream goes to acting up, you know why. That's perfectly fine. And welcome in, Melissa. I'm not sure. I think this might be your first time in chat. And like I tell everybody, let me take a moment since we have a lot of new people. Below every one of my videos, you'll see the little word more. Click on it. There is always a description in the below the video of what I'm doing. and it has most of the information in it. I'm not going to tell you everything because I want you to have the desire to go do the research too. What happened to the days of people wanting to do research and not have everything handed to them? I have worked my tail off to learn what I have. You get you can do it too, y'all. You can do it too. Good evening, Q. Welcome into chat. How are you doing? Look, John. I already had that planned when I saw the box of cabbage on clearance. I knew I was going to be making some sauerkraut. You know what, Deanna? There's nothing wrong with that. You know why? It's going to fill your belly. It's going to fill your stomach. It don't matter if it's lazy or not. You're cooking. Yes, the sumac is. I use staghorn sumac because that's what grows down in my area. Y'all, the only sumac that's poisonous has white berries. Good luck if you see it. It's usually deep in the swamps or swampy land. They have lied about it being poisonous, and the Americans, my people, made what's called Indian lemonade for ages before the boats came across. They were very prolific. They weren't dead yet. Now, were they? Sumac is not only culinary, it makes, and I have a video on making Middle Eastern seasoning, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's culinary. It's delicious. You can make it into a tea. You can make it into a lemonade, and it's extremely medicinal. Ha ha ha! Oh, no problem, Deanna or Deanne. Leftovers tonight because I'm tired, and we have plenty of leftovers in the fridge. Oh, yeah, I'm doing red cabbage kraut because that's what was on clearance. Ah, thank you, Tammy. Thank you. Zatar. Thank you, Jay. Thank you so much. Now, just be careful. The wintergreen can be strong, and it's also good for tea as well. Yes, it is, Jay, and it's also the Zatar is good sprinkled on chicken and baked as well. Oh, thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. But there's a lot of people out there that are good also. I'm not the only one. But there's a lot out there that will steer you wrong too. Yes, I fluently speak and type Taiwanese. That sounds good, John. But where's the meat? I'm gonna have some meat in there. Oh, where's the oysters? Some sauteed oysters in there. But yeah, a lot of people are used to only using the green cabbage for kraut. The red cabbage makes amazing sauerkraut. It's just a little milder and it actually has more nutrients and beneficials in it. I haven't made elderberry jelly yet. I have more elderberries that I still have to process in the freezer, clean them off the branches. I'm going to make elderberry jelly this year sometime, but it tastes different because to me, when elderberries come into season, I get hyper focused on a lot of things. And especially with elderberries, all I can think of is got to make the medicine, got to make the medicine. Be- Thank you, Melissa. I appreciate it. Now, here's one thing I'll tell everybody, and you got to be careful when you buy herbal or wild medicine or foraging books or anything like that. You have to research and see who is funding them because a lot of the authors of a lot of the herbal books, yeah, are kind of being paid by big pharma. So you got to be careful, see where the money trail goes. Yep, I was hoping to get to make wild fox grape jelly, but we had a nice rainy spring. They were growing beautifully, y'all. And we are in drought so bad the ground is cracking. Yeah, the fox grapes just shriveled up. Time to make the donuts. Was it a shrub, Amber? Was it what they call it, a shrub? I need to show people how to make those too. Don't you have a dog to walk? Well, I will tell y'all, be careful about freezing the elderberries and if you want to go dehydrate them. It's a hot mess. It's best to dehydrate fresh elderberries than frozen ones. Once you freeze them, you can either make tincture with them or jelly with them. Or elderberry syrup. I would not try to dehydrate them. I speak from experience. I don't know a whole lot of the flora and fauna up in Canada. Give me some time and I will get back with your spirit on that one. Yeah, most of my rose hips just dried right up. It was heartbreaking to see them the other day. Yeah, you have to be careful about those. Now, um, another one that's good. If cattails are growing, look for what we call arrowhead plant, also known as duck potato. Um, they're not quite like potatoes, but they're close. That's another good one. It's a little more starchy than regular potatoes, but you can cook them like potatoes. Yes, it's because they go into shock. You have to slowly transition them into coming indoors. Good evening, Susan. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. Yeah, no, I haven't made any elderberry wine yet. No, not wapato. It's duck potatoes. They they grow in the swampy areas along with the cattails as well. And the leaves on them, it might be wapato. Somebody looked that up because, but the leaves on top look like arrowheads. Gnats have been bad everywhere. They've been bad here. I use YouTube. I can't have a panel. I don't like how StreamYard messes with YouTube's bad about it too, but StreamYard, they don't count all of the people who watched the live stream. And I usually use StreamYard when I'm doing a giveaway, or when I'm doing my yearly giveaway, my birthday party. But yeah, StreamYard and YouTube don't jive when it comes to money. And that's why I don't have guests up. I'd love to have guests up. I don't like StreamYard. I don't. I really don't. Yeah, I want to know how the sunflower flower goes. Let me tell you, I have a deep seated upset over wild blueberries. Finally got to go visit my twin sister up in Maine. All my life, I heard about the great wild blueberries of Maine and how they just grow everywhere. It's all lies, y'all. Lies, I tell you. I got to go up there. I was looking for blueberries. Never found, well, I finally found one wild blueberry bush. It was at the really historic Fort Knox in Maine. And I didn't care. I sat right there at the fort, and I ate. Well, I shared some blueberries with my sister, and I ate every ripe blueberry off that bush because I was so mad. No, you can make fresh tea from the goldenrod, and I'm gonna tell you, be prepared. It can trick you like oozing. It smells wonderful. Some people absolutely love it. I personally consider it a bitter, which bitters are extremely healthy for us. Look, I looked all over Maine, all up there. She was, she, she was up above. What is it, Portland, Maine? Yeah, just a ways up above. Found bukus of rose hips. Rosa rugosa's growing everywhere. You think I found a wild blueberry? Nope. Now, see, I know a lot of people show me these great big huckleberries. That's not the huckleberries I'm used to. I'm used to the huckleberries that grow in the woods. They kind of, but not really resemble like a privet, but it's a huckleberry. And yeah, these great big huckleberries, I just look at people. I'm like, oh, that's not a huckleberry. Oh my gracious. It depends on how you store the dried herbs. I store in glass. Do not store in plastic because plastic breathes. You want to store in glass or mylar bags. If you vacuum seal it in mylar bags, you're looking at, as long as they're stored correctly and they don't lose the vacuum, at least 25 years if done right. See, I'm not used to it being called wapato. I'm used to it called duck potato or arrowhead plant. Look, I've been hearing about these nanny berries. I'd love to try some. Good evening, Barry, Storms, Radios, and Cats. Welcome into chat. Hoot, hoot. How are you doing? And another thing, you want to, if you store them in glass, you want to keep them in the darkness. That also helps with longevity of the dried plant material. Yep, see, to some people, I've been wondering. You know how you have the gene that makes cilantro either taste good or taste like soap? I'm wondering if it might be something like that with goldenrod because to me, it smells flowery and beautiful, and then when I drink it, it's bitter as can be. Others tell me it's amazing, it's sweet, and I'm like going, none of it that I've drank has been. So it makes me wonder. I wished I did a Perry. They've just destroyed so much native lands through here, and people don't care. They just bulldoze and keep going. All right, Amber, you have a wonderful time cooking dinner. I hope y'all enjoy it. Don't let that butthead landlord get you down. You stay strong. Something's going to open up for you. Nobody should have to put up with that, not whatsoever. You have a wonderful week. Stay safe and sound, and we will see you next Monday night, darling. Good evening, Lonnie. Welcome into chat. How are you doing? Ha ha. Lonnie always bringing jokes. Yeah, I have to be careful if I take anything like that, Barry. It knocks me out. Okay, Robert, I see how you are. Go ahead. There's Junior sneaking in. Yep, chores, Q. He's got to open a Nutty Buddy. Yes, every Monday night, unless something bad happens, which pretty much only time that's been is when we've lost signal here or when Junior's in the hospital. We have Monday night OWLS family chat from 6 to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. But yeah, I was blessed. Was able to get 40, I think it's 40 or 50 pound. I don't know. It's 4 5-gallon buckets full of heads of purple cabbage. So I'm gonna be bouncing back and forth between videos for the next week or so because I've got to get all this preserved and put up. I have 40 or 50 pounds of lemons looked up. Got a case of lemons on clearance. There was only five bad lemons in the whole big, massive 40, 50 pound box. And yeah, I've got a 5-gallon bucket heaping of lemons and then more lemons in another box. Get them, Q, get them. Cattail can be used for many things if you catch it early. It's too late now. If you can catch it early, you can eat the stalks. It's kind of, last time I got to have them, it was kind of like bamboo shoots in a way to me. You can also, as long as the tops are still kind of green, where they get fuzzy and brown, if you catch them early enough, you can batter them and deep fry them and eat them like a corn dog. You can dry the stalks and powder it up for flour. There's a lot of things. And some people also some of the peoples gathered the cattail leaves, weaved baskets with them, made sandals. You do mats to lay down on, so much. Believe me, I'm bringing y'all every step of the way and everything that I preserve. I'm seriously not, it takes a while to make. I'm contemplating making a lemon jam. Now, this is a very old school lemon jam where it takes about 2 days to make. I'm thinking about that. I know I want to dehydrate some of the lemons. I want to slice them up, dehydrate them. Some of them I'll leave whole because it's when you make you a cup of herbal tea. Um, While it's steeping, put a whole dehydrated slice of lemon in there. Mwah, it's delicious. And another thing I want to do with some of the lemons is, of course, I'm going to bring y'all along for it, is the old way of making preserved Moroccan lemons. Wait a minute, I missed something. Sorry. Yep, stuffings of pillows. Yep. I wouldn't make a jalapeno tincture. Honestly, I wouldn't, because that's going to be too concentrated and you're liable to, you could burn your voice box. I'm being serious. You can dehydrate them, slice them up, dehydrate them. You can make what they call cowboy candy, but you have to be careful if you make a video, because they have now copyrighted cowboy candy. And if you use it, you can get in trouble if you make a video of it. You got to call it something else. What I like to do, I make jalapeno jelly. Now, find a good pepper jelly recipe. I don't use bell peppers in my pepper jelly. I don't like my pepper jelly watered down by bell peppers, but I will chop up the jalapenos and use the same amount, or also Carolina Reapers, um, scorpions. I make hot, hot pepper jelly. So yeah, I would not make no. If you want to save the peppers, don't tincture them. Slice them up and just pour apple cider vinegar on them. As long as it's 5% acidity, those peppers will be fine in a jar. Yes, the cattail fluff, also moss. Now you have to be careful because there can be chiggers in moss too, but they used to, that's how the natives done swaddled babies, their diapers, buckskin and moss and cattail fluff and all kinds of stuff. Now don't dehydrate your turkey tails. Use them as you put them in there as you harvest them. Because to be honest, they don't have that much moisture in them to begin with. Just make sure that where you pick the turkey tail off from the log or the tree, make sure that you get all of that bark off of the turkey tail. Well, they can copyright it when they're the ones that came out with the cowboy candy name. You can copyright a name, yes, you can. Hey, Perlio, welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. Yes, you can add onions to it. Yes, you can saute the onions in it. Just make sure that your onions get translucent while the sausage is cooking and everything. Okay, Bounty. Look, Dark Lord, I'm not going to argue with you. I just know what's been going on. But yeah, yeah, I want to make very old recipe, and I'll bring y'all along with that preserved lemons. They're fun to make. They're not as hard as people think, and yes, they're salty, but let me tell you, oh my gracious, in chicken dishes, it's amazing. It just, you have to be patient. That's just like I've got 30 pounds of ginger. I've made what people what people know as gari, the the sweet pickled ginger that's usually by the sushi bar at your Japanese restaurants or Chinese buffets where the sushi is. And no, don't y'all go, ew, sushi's not raw. Sashimi is raw meat. Um, I'm going to show you that, yeah, technically you're supposed to use fresh young ginger. Full mature ginger works too. It works too. And also made Beni Shoga. It's a Japanese pickled ginger. It's more julienne. It's used more with yakisoba and used as toppings. Now I could not find plum vinegar or plum wine vinegar anywhere here. So, yeah, I happen to have perilla, also known as Japanese mint, also known as Shisho, Shiso. I've got it growing in the yard, so you can use that to dye with. Nope, sushi's not raw. Sashimi is raw. I love sushi when it's done right. Now, mine and Junior's favorite is the sushi made with the fried eel around the outside. Oh, that's good. Junior's over here smiling, shaking his head. It's been a while since we've had that. But no, a lot of people think that sushi is raw. It's not. It's not. Yep, people just have to be taught. That's all. And no reason to feel dumb at all. Not one bit. It's just that people have an innate fear of things that they're not used to eating. I look at it like this. I'm a foodie. I plan on leaving this world fully seasoned, y'all. Your mint shouldn't have died. Your mint should have popped right back up after that haircut. It should have. But it's the red sishu or perilla that they use to um, dye the pickled ginger. my mint's dead because my mother walked by it. Oh my God. I told you, Lisa, the best one. I told you in an email. Hold on. Give me a minute, y'all. Ooh, that's too bright. All right. Um, Now, of course, on this one, it's called Picture This. It's good for a free app, but it's so much better. You're not limited on how many times you can use it. Picture This is a really good plant app. Now, I think it's last time I saw it, I don't have it. I'd like to, but I don't. Uh, I think it was $20 a year last time I saw it. Another good one is Leaf, Leaf Snap. That's good for the free app. They don't limit you, but you do have to sometimes do research on some of the um oh, how do I want to put it? You do need to do some research on some of the options of what the plant might be. No, I think it's 20. Well, it might have went up, but Picture This is really good. Good evening, Boudreaux. Welcome in the chat. Hoot hoot. Yes, it's free. I do like to Picture This, but I get aggravated when I get limited. The Plant Snap, there's no limits. Hedge apples, yes, yes, I have. I have a video on them. No, I have not tinctured them up. No, but hedge apples, also known as Bodock, also known as Osage orange, amazing natural fencing. If you don't want somebody coming through, that or hardy orange are your two best plants. Good evening, Mike. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. Yep. I don't mess with that stuff. Yep. Because it's still illegal here. And a lot of people need to know the truth and quit being so happy about, them dispensaries. Unless, hey, you like smoking Monsanto weed. More power to you. Yep, they're known as horse apples. Hey, Brenda, welcome into chat. Hoot, hoot, how are you doing? But yeah, people haven't figured out that they're getting railroaded on, that getting passed. It's been illegal for so long. And now all of a sudden, once Monsanto's got into the game, is it being legalized? Yeah, good luck on that. It ought to do you really good. I don't know about tincturing hedge apples. Here's the one reason I want to do more research on it. I haven't researched it much because I look at it like this. The ancestors used to put them underneath the houses and in your basements and in your attics and in your kitchens throughout, one here and there to get rid of spiders, ants, roaches, and insects. And I'm like going, if it gets rid of bugs, do I really want to ingest it? Now, with that being said, though, growing them, they are not known as bodock for no reason. The Cherokee and many tribes, especially the Osage, that's how it become Osage orange also. That was some of the best wood to use to make bows out of, BOWS. Amazing trees. And at one time they were planted along fence rows because, yeah, even the cattle don't want to go through there. I don't know about the white cedar. We have the red cedar down here, and yes, you can make tea with the leaves. I don't know about tincturing it. I prefer making a tea. Um, Extremely high in vitamin C, but you also have to remember resin as well. Um, I use it in tea form. I will mix the white cedar, not the white cedar, the red cedar, or the flat leaf cedar. Mix that in a tea with sage and a little bit of sweetgrass, not a whole lot, and make a tea out of that. I mostly use the cedars also to make incense and smudge bundles. Bounty. I have tried it 3 times. 3 times I got the same response. No giggles, no munchies, didn't get to enjoy anything, didn't get to talk to my friends. Pure comatose. I got mad because I was doing research on myself. No, it wasn't to get high. I wanted to see how it would affect me and how I could work with it maybe in the future. I got mad and I said, forget it. Pine needles are very good. Yes, you can make a tea with it. Yes, you can make a tincture with it. Extremely high in vitamin C. Hippie hay. I know it. I like that one. See, I can't stand to smell it. I just really can't. And I'm telling you, to be illegal here, everybody and their grandma does it. Now, you know, I'm old, y'all. Well, not real old, but I'm just going to admit it. I've lived a long time. And you know what aggravates me more than anything is if I go outside to sit down, enjoy being outside, have a breathing treatment, smoke, and I have to sit there and wonder, has somebody fired up or is there an actual skunk somewhere out around the fence? And I can't help it. It pisses me off. Yep, and that's the problem, all these varieties. That's the problem. That's Monsanto playing with people. You really think they want people well? Think about that. Yes, I smudged my home. I smudged the shed, but what I do is I found it's easier to now I have a video on it too on how to braid sweetgrass, and also I'll be making another video here soon, smudge cones. That way I don't have to, do all the work. I can just set it on a stone safely, light it, set it on a stone. It doesn't have chemicals in it, it doesn't have any preservatives in it, and it's amazing. See, I don't do all that mixing with my teas, not a whole lot. Yeah, no, I try to keep everything simple because if I'm fixing to drink an herbal tea, there's a reason I'm sick with something and I want to focus on that one. Yep, mullein. Mullein is very good. Me, I use homegrown sweetgrass, uh, hand harvested cedar, red cedar, or if I can get a hold of flat leaf cedar, and homegrown sage, not white sage, because that crap stinks. I like the prairie sage, the mountain sage, also known as tumbleweed sage. That smells the best. I cannot stand white sage. It smells too much like marijuana. And if you can't do a smudge in your house, you can take all the ingredients from a smudge bundle, put in a pot with water, make a strong tea, let it steep till it's cool, strain it, put it in a spray bottle, and you can have the same effect as a burning smudge, especially in places where, you're not allowed to, burn incense or anything. Yeah, listen, I'm addicted to hickory, mesquite, apple, cherry, all those woods. If you haven't used fruit woods, you're missing out. Cherry wood is wonderful. Peach wood is great. Pear wood is really good. See, the reason I don't tincture a lot of things together is because I do sell my products. And there's a higher risk of someone buying it and having an allergic reaction. Now, here's the problem with that. If I've mixed anywhere from two or more plants together in one tincture, we're going to have to break it down and figure out what caused that person to have an allergic reaction. And that's why I stick to just straight, pure tinctures. So I don't have to worry about anybody, having to go through it again one by one, seeing what they're actually allergic to. Oh no, I ain't tincturing no crab apples. I am making crab apple jelly, crab apple applesauce. Yeah, no, I'm not tincturing crab apples. Yes, true. But when you live in an apartment and they won't allow you to burn anything, you do what you can do. Because there's a lot of places that they're not allowed to burn candles, incense, anything in. So, so sometimes you do what you can do. Believe me, I am a trained Cherokee medicine woman. I know, thanks to my grandma, what you can and you get away with and what you can't get away with. So, yeah, believe me, I know a lot of things, way more than what a lot of people know. And I hadn't told that one yet. But yes, I am a traditionalist. So, yes. No, not witch's torch. They called anything back in the old day witch, anything with the word witch added to it was to scare people to get them to quit doing the old ways. They were actually called torches, torch plant. My grandmother was too. My great grandmother and the whole lineage of my people. Yep, wise one. Yep. Yep, true. But back then, when certain things were happening, they done everything they could for fear factor, and it stuck. You notice a lot of people are trying to relearn about living off the land, healing themselves. There's 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 reasons for why all of that was rapidly destroyed and fear mongering came into play. I'm a root worker, not a witch doctor. I'm a root worker. No, not pest control. Smudging is for negative energy, especially when evil things are happening, bad luck's happening. Somebody's been sick in the house, a death, a new birth. You cleanse the house, you cleanse your home, get the evil out. No, it's not for pest control. The boogie's out. Yeah, the booger man. Yeah, but yeah, that's why I cling to my heritage of knowing the old ways, knowing the pipe medicine, and I'm not talking about marijuana, um, traditional ways, what used to be rooted into our core that was stripped and ripped and robbed from people. Because, yeah, if y'all really truly knew what happened and caused a lot of people like me, and other people to quit doing the old way. Well, I haven't quit, but my ancestors and stuff, yeah, it would get you ran out of town. They'd burn your house down. Yeah, medicine, old medicine people, the root workers, the healers. Yeah, big, well, the beginning of the pharmaceutical companies and churches, pastors. You know, what's the best way to stop something? Put the fear of it's evil into people. Preach like there's no tomorrow. She's working with the devil. Witch hunts. And they would stick the word witch on there to just scare the hell out of people. And it worked for a lot of people. And that's why a lot of the old ways have been lost because of fear mongering. Oh, Mark, I never claim that. I never claim that. I am who I am. I don't need titles. I don't like to wave banners. I just speak the truth. Good evening, Sheila. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. I think this is your first time. But yeah, a lot of people don't know the truth. If you haven't learned that history's not taught correctly yet, something's wrong. Something's wrong. All the beautiful old women, men too, who were the healers, who was the true healers. They were either run out of town, killed, character assassinated. It's horrible what happened, and nobody, no, not many left know the truth, and it's sad. We have lost so many traditions. Native peoples have lost so much their language. I mean, Lord, if you was in one of those god awful boarding schools, you were almost, and some kids were beat to death for talking your own language. Languages have been lost, traditions have been lost. It's horrible. Nope, I'm of the Wolf Clan, and Wolf Clan was healers as well. We were the healers and the warriors as well. Yep, I put more faith in the healers than I do anything Big Pharma can do. Unfortunately, I have no choice, but that's what's keeping Junior alive. And it's painful. It truly is. I want all your videos on DVD. Maybe eventually. Maybe eventually. But you got to remember also, Rogue Life, there was healers in each of the clans. There was healers in each of the clans. And a lot of people don't know. Yeah, the symbol for the Cherokee is a seven-pointed star for representing the seven clans. There was an eighth clan. The eighth clan doesn't exist anymore because they become the Choctaw. Yep, they would vacation to go down there to get medicine, more than likely. My grandmother, bless her heart and her soul, loved that woman dearly. I didn't learn until I got older, until I was about 10, and I finally wondered why every time I done something good, we were going to New Orleans to celebrate. Now, granted, we celebrated. Me and her had fun. I loved my grandmother dearly. But I never knew because she was sneaky that she was getting supplies, herbal supplies, and many other things. Yep. But I still like the former Cherokee divorce. It was simple, and they should still keep it to this day. Cherokee woman got tired of her husband, and he didn't do right, didn't provide or anything. Set that stuff outside the door. It was done. Listen, I've seen some dirty Native Americans as well. I'm not gonna lie. There's, I will tell everybody there's good and bad, and in every color, regardless. It don't matter, good and bad. I've seen a many. I saw one woman, and I called her out, and I didn't care. She got really mad at me. I don't care. She was sitting there at a powwow sewing beads onto paper, and then sewing that onto moccasins. So imagine when the person paid $200, yes, for that pair of moccasins, the minute they got wet, guess what would happen? And I called her out on it. I told her, I said, "You're one of my people." And then she wasn't Cherokee, she was Sioux. I said, "You're one of my people, and you make me ashamed." I said, "You should not be doing this." "Well, they stole our land." I said, and what you're doing is better than what they done. I don't care. Injustice, I will call it out. Oh, that's okay, Mark. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. Yep, lay one shoe, one moccasin, and that was a warning. No, that would be called incest. You did not marry within your own clans. Yep, I believe me. I know about Cherokee customs very well. I used to dance. I've been to many stomp dances. I am a trained pipe carrier. Yes, I know about the Cherokees, Carla. I know. I just don't talk about it because what's the first thing they're going to want to accuse you of? Yeah, think about it. Yes, I know about the Cherokees very well. They're my people. And so did my grandmother. Absolutely, Tammy. And that's why I'm tiptoeing about it, because it's not supposed to be passed down to just anyone. Yep, I'm happy to speak about it too. I'm not fussing, but there's a lot of things I know I can't just talk to ordinary people with about. Tammy. But yeah, I'm a traditionalist. I keep things alive. Hey!
Hey, Owls.
Aussie said, "Hey, Owls." Oh, if y'all get a chance, please don't forget to click thumbs up.
Hey, comment.
The Aussie has decided to fly in the house. So, the Aussie is home. And no, that's not Junior. Two different people. But yeah, so next week or so, it's going to be a lot of different preserving recipes, our videos. I'm going to try to bounce in between so it's just not like 4 days of straight just ginger, or 4 days of just lemons, several days of cabbage. I'm going to, so y'all don't get bored of it, I'm going to kind of, you know, bounce back and forth. So, y'all don't get bored. It's like, oh God, she's talking about cabbage again. Or, oh God, she's doing the lemons again. But I got a lot of stuff I got to preserve. I wish I could be canning things. I don't have money for jars. And, well, yeah, I don't have money for meat. Hello, Seal's Cabin Getaway. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. And I hope you've enjoyed yourself. But like official canning, no, I haven't done any pressure canning or water bath canning. Now what I have been doing will be refrigerator pickling. The two ginger recipes that I'm going to be posting, I'll start them Wednesday. Um, they will have a shelf life as long as you use clean utensils. The ginger will have a shelf life of a year. Yes, dry up as much goldenrod and put back as you can. No, it has to be in a fridge. You could possibly get away with it not being in the fridge. I don't want to waste any ginger because let me tell you, making the sushi ginger, that took a while. That took a while because I had to finally slice, what was it? I think it was a pound and a half. So yeah. And candied ginger will be made. I'll show you how to make candied ginger. Um, two different I'm wanting to experiment a little bit, but I don't want to waste anything. I don't want anything to go bad, but I found a different sauerkraut recipe I want to try. But I'm going to make a small batch of it. Yes, I know it's a miracle. I'm making a small batch. Junior's over here laughing at me. I want to try that, see how that turns out. That's just like pickled eggs. If you use enough vinegar and get the ratio right, they don't need refrigeration. They're in vinegar. But yeah, got a lot of good stuff to do. And then trying to harvest, like goldenrod and other things while trying to get all of this done, trying to take care of Junior, yeah, busy, busy, busy. But yeah, y'all should have seen it. It's beautiful. A big 30-pound box of ginger. But yeah, all kinds of. See, what I'm trying to do is also get people to open up and learn that there's a vast array of food out there that can be survival food as well. Because yeah, it's traditionally for sushi, both of them. Well, the pickled gingers, can be used for that. But you got to remember that's also medicinal as well because you can put that a little piece or two in tea, or if you've got a sore throat, you can eat a piece or two of it. It's, yeah. Oh no, honey, I'm not bragging. Believe me, I am so not bragging. Now, morning watch. Is it almost on the verge of blooming or does it still have a ways to go? See, another recipe that I haven't been able to make in a long time, I use candied ginger in it, and it's a strawberry kiwi jam. And let me tell you, that's to die for. That and my jalapeno pepper jelly. Those were neck to neck my best sellers back when I used to sell canning. Yes, see, you can the candy ginger you can also chew on for stomach ailments. You can also take a piece of the candy ginger and also put it into a cup of tea for stomach ailments. Ginger jalapeno jelly. I've also seen it was a recipe. Oh, I know you was joking. No harm taken. I saw a recipe because I know it's bound to light you up because I know how hot ginger can be. Especially as it gets older, it can get hot. I saw a recipe for ginger jam. Morning watch, you can collect it now. It is safe as long as those flowers are almost ready to open, and you can harvest it then as well. You don't have to wait till they're absolutely open. Okay, Bounty sister, you go right ahead and you spend time with your cowboy. Don't get too wild now. Love you, and we will see you next week. Stay safe up there, because I'm telling you, them people up in Canada are getting crazier by the minute. That little tyrant, I'm telling you, be careful up there. Keep your eyes and ears open, honey. And you stay safe. Love you, darling. Yep, ginger can cause blisters. Right now, you could have left the Algonquin part off. You know we're Iroquoian. You know how that used to be back in the day. I'm just joking with you, but it's true. Oh, that's right. Well, main thing is you have fun, Bounty. You have fun, Bounty. Oh, and also morning watch. Make sure that you get equal amounts of the leaves and the flower heads. You want both. Man, y'all mix up there, aren't y'all? Who's got the bigger temper? You or your wife? And Matisse didn't mess around. Neither did the Cree either. But I'm just joking about the temper, spirit, and truth, because I can admit I have a temper, but I control mine best I can. Junior just gave me a side glance. Three of the biggest tempers in one body: Cherokee, Irish, and Scottish. Yep, we're temperamental little folks. I'm not so little, but yep, we have tempers. Everybody went quiet. I didn't scare everybody off, did I? But keep fighting, spirit. Keep fighting. You'll make it back. You'll make it back. You'll make it back. Keep embracing. Keep digging. The blood will call out to you. Your ancestral blood will call to you to go back to the land and the way your people lived. Listen. Listen to it. You're probably already hearing it now, or at least for a while. because ancestors call the people back. They do. A lot of people have lost that gift because, you know, everybody's born with a gift. Some lose it as they lose their innocence as childhood and they grow up as adults. Did you see what Robert said? Hey, look, he's got a temper too. He's got a temper. Yes, it does, but a lot of times, what I do is I'll pull the flowers off after I've dried them. I'll pull. Oh, please don't do that. Junior's fault. He yawned. Yes, it does look like a lot of times there's more flowers than leaves. As long as the leaves down the stems look good, you can strip them. Don't worry about bug holes unless there's rust spots around where the bugs have ate. Bug holes in plant material do not harm the plant material to be used. It is still good as long as it's good around it. Or you can just snap that one little piece where that bug has bit. They need the medicine as well. Got to remember that. And harvest in moderation, especially goldenrod. There's a lot of times in places, goldenrod is the last big flowering plant for the bees, for the pollinators. So that's just like in harvesting anything in moderation. Save some for the bugs and the wildlife. Take some for you and your family. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. If I harvest it after a rain, nature washed it. I mean, yeah, there's chemicals in the rain. What's the difference between, tap water and rainwater? Not very much. Now, look, Robert, he rarely ever sees my temper. He's just a quiet man. He's always been that way. Now, if you can get him to talking, he will talk. Most of the time, Junior's very quiet. Yes, now, if you want to, you can spray them off. Don't ever wash any plant material with soap and water. Spray them off with your garden hose. You can knock the dust off of them, but you got to remember if you get them flower heads wet and they're bloomed out, you take a bigger chance of mold setting in. Yeah, I don't, most of the time, I don't pay attention. I pay attention to the bug holes. If they look bad, then no. If it just looks like there's this little circle bit out, I'm not worried about that. As long as the leaf still looks good and healthy and it hasn't died, yeah. Hey, Lulu, darling, it has been so long. How have you been doing? It is good to see you too, darling. Welcome back into chat. Hoot hoot. But if you think about it, what do we breathe in every day? We breathe in dust, pollen, irritants, poison, whatever the government wants to spray that day. And yeah, a lot of crap. Oh, been missing you too, darling. I don't, since Junior got sick, I don't get to go to other channels as much as I want to. And, I've been so busy trying to get him, watch him, take care of him, process what I have to do, trying to harvest what I can, take care of Aussie and my niece. Yeah. But yeah, if you if your gut instinct tells you to wash the plant material, do so. But if it's rained, how much cleaner can it get? Because if you think about it, the goldenrod is, if it's good, if it's a certain type of goldenrod, because there's all kinds of um, goldenrod species. You're looking at 4, 5, sometimes 6 feet tall. There ain't no way no mud or nothing gonna splash way up there. Oh, I love you too, Lulu. Thank you. I have missed you, darling. I really have. You are such a big sweetheart. You truly are. But yeah, now here where I am, rain, what is that? And yeah, everything is dusty and dry. I will spray them off, but I make sure they are dry before, if you wash them, lay them out singularly, like in a line, or hang them up like that so they can air dry some, or cut them up after washing them and get them in the dehydrator before mold has a chance to start up. Oh, thank you. It's a quick put together. It's just until I can get time to sit down and make it the way I want it to. Good evening, Jeff. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. Well, it's done got bad enough here. The riverboats can't hit the river. The riverboats here in Memphis, they are dry docked. Yes, I cannot stand spittle bugs. They are nasty. They are nasty little rude bugs. But yes, we have the spittle bugs. Now, when you harvest the goldenrod where a spittle bug has been nasty, um, clip below where the spittle bug done its nastiness and clip just above it. Everything will be fine. Yeah, we watched the rain. I was hoping for the rain. Sorry, y'all, my eyes itching. My sinuses have been acting up. Change of weather is bad this year. Um, I was feverishly watching the radar, praying the rain was coming our way. No, went north of us, south of us, and it really wasn't enough rain to even acknowledge anything. Yeah, it's a nasty little bug. You've probably seen, if you've gone outside. Well, of course you've gone outside, but uh, it's just this little wad of white bubbly goo on a plant. And it just looks like somebody has spit something really nasty right there. And yes, it's called the spittle bug. Well, believe it or not, here, my problem is the humidity has been too low. I mean, I'm used to anywhere from 60 to 100% humidity, moist air. We've been down in the 20s and upper 40s, maybe 50s. That's not here. I mean, by a very massive, important river, and it's almost dry again. Oh, I'm sorry. Yep, OWL, Old Ways Learners. Tammy beat you. Look at Junior jumping in there. But yeah, lots of things coming up. Now, tomorrow is another cooking recipe. Holidays are coming up. It's that time of year. Y'all, it's fall. Hearty meals, getting to cook root vegetables. Um, so, yeah, y'all ought to tomorrow ought to make you hungry too. But yeah, I'm going to have so much fun bouncing back and forth. That's just like if John is still here, I'm gonna be once you know live streams over. I'm gonna get things up and around, and I'm gonna be starting on the sauerkraut video. Yep, I'm going to slice a bunch of the lemons because let's say I have a 5 gallon bucket heaped over until I couldn't stack the lemons correctly anymore. It was like lemon Jenga. And I have about a half of another 5 gallon bucket. Um, it's getting about that time of year when gingerbread and candied lemon peel and all that good stuff comes into play. Homestead Aquarius. Good evening, Arkwall man. Welcome into chat. How are you doing? Yes, the lemons. Yes, the candied lemon peel. I love candied lemon peel, lime peel, all of that wonderful stuff. And everybody, most people have never experienced a real homemade fruitcake. It's not like what you get in the store. It is so much better. And I got some bread recipes I want to do. Now, my sister Angela bought me that bonnet. I still got to make a bread recipe wearing the bonnet. I haven't even got around to that. And she bought that last year. And I feel bad. So I got to wear the Mennonite bonnet so I can make the Mennonite bread. Yep. Got a lot coming up. And it's going to be a uh, good hearty bread for wintertime. God, I thought he was yawning again. Junior trying to sabotage me by yawning. Collins Street fruitcake. Now, granted, I'm going to tell you right now, y'all. You know those long little kind of small square fruitcakes? I love them. Most people hate them. I like them too. But there is something about a homemade fruitcake, and sometimes letting it be soaked with good rum or Irish honey whiskey. I'm not gonna lie, those are good too, huh?
Or mead.
No, not mead. Not mead. Okay, Dreamer Lamb, you take care, and I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, and hope to see you next Monday night. But yeah, Pastor McQuarrie, I love fruitcake. I can't help it. I do. Another reason, another good reason for me to like fruitcake is the molasses that goes into it, as well as the molasses that goes into gingerbread. If you're anemic, now of course, all in moderation now, the amount of iron, potassium, magnesium is amazing in molasses. And a lot of people have forgot that old tradition. That's why, yeah, a lot of times in the old, Lord forbid I say this, baby formulas where, kids didn't die on, molasses was mixed in. Well, I'll bring you along to make the homemade fruit cake. I don't get to make it that often. Hey, I appreciate it, Pastor McQuartie. I appreciate people commenting. I appreciate them watching, listening. I am thankful for it all. And I figured you was probably there crocheting. I didn't know. But I'm fine with it. It don't bother me a bit. Now it's going to be a while before I get to that recipe. But oh, I forgot. I'm in a Christmas cookie collaboration too. Yes, ginger cookies. Yes, yes, definitely. Love ginger cookies. Ginger snaps, gingerbread. I might have to break out some of the old Mennonite or Amish German gingerbread recipes. Okay, you take care, Homestead Aquarius. I'm fixing to get off here too. You have a blessed evening and see you later. Don't push your knee too much now, Janie. You take time because you can relapse. Don't push it too much. But yeah, I'm gonna go and get off of here, y'all. I have enjoyed myself tonight so much. I hope y'all have too. If you haven't, please click the thumbs up. It helps way more than you realize. The commenting once in a while, that's fine. Clicking the like helps a whole lot, and unfortunately, watching the ads, that helps me out tremendously. Y'all take care. Y'all stay safe and sound out there because telling you, things are getting crazier day by day. Continue to stock those pantries up with foods that will sustain and nourish you. Medicines that will heal you, protection of all kinds, and the bare necessities, body soap, uh, dish soap, which can combine, if you've done it right, you can make the soap that will do not only your laundry, your body, your hair, and your dishes. There's ways around everything. Alrighty, everyone, y'all take care and know that y'all are loved and appreciated more than you know. And I'll be posting here soon. As soon as I can sit down and get it done, I'll have some new merch to add to the store. I look forward to seeing y'all next Monday night because this is my weekly dose of happiness. I get to spend time with the OWLS family. Everyone, take care and know that you are loved and appreciated more than you know. From Junior and me, love y'all. Y'all take care.